So you are ready.
Yeah, I was born ready.
You were born ready.
Call me Jason. Jason.
Okay. Hello, fellow pipers. Jan is here.
Silviu here.
And welcome to our pipe show on this beautiful sunny Saturday, at least in Ljubljana. I don't know. Silviu, what is the condition? What are the weather conditions?
In Bucharest, it's windy but sunny. It's beautiful.
Great.
It's cold. It's nice.
Yesterday we had like 30 degrees Celsius, meaning it was quite warm. This for May, it's the warmest, I think, in history.
Yeah, I've noticed this how, I mean, we had some really cold weather, but as soon as you have the warmest, let's say 17th of May in history, they announce it everywhere. But I've seen on YouTube that we had the coldest few days in history of May or something. Nobody announces this. Just the warming they announce.
Yeah.
The globalists.
And then when you have a lot of humidity, when the sun comes back, it's very moist. It's very hot. It's I actually had to use the
sunblock.
No. But I had to use my cooling system to take out some moisture from the air in the apartment in the evening. I just use it for a few hours just to take out the moisture because it's so moist, and due to that it's warm and so on.
Yeah,
it's not good to sleep in the warm place. Let's say it's better if the temperature is a bit down. So, but this is not a weather channel, so let's push on.
Pipe, what you're smoking?
What I'm smoking? Actually, I'm still smoking some Amphora Kentucky in this Peterson Christmas pipe 2015 221 shape.
Yeah.
And you?
I'm smoking some Bossum cut plug in this 1948 Stanwell with a stepped stem that I love very much. You know, this 1948 that you find in 1950 catalog, Stanwell catalog, are my favorite. Yeah, that it's a stepped stem. See?
Look the elegance. I mean, this is the most elegant stem that I ever seen.
Yeah. And for clenching, nothing comes close to the Danish. I mean, not all Danish pipes, but especially all Stanwells and Tom Eltangs, whatever. Yeah, so this line, 6 line, because they start with 6. This is a 6-6 Royal Bark. So Royal Bark, it's they were starting to copy Dunhill. This is how Stanwell appeared on the market. That's why they gave an English name, Stanwell, and their logo is one of those London cabbies. You know, they wanted to be Dunhill. So this first year, 1948, of sandblasted line that starts with 6, that have this S in white without the crown. They are very rare pipes. As you know, I have this Liverpool, same 1948, and this one that you also like because you also have a similar one designed by Sixten Ivarsson, are my favorite to collect sandblasted pipes. And this is the last that came into the collection. They're all so light, so well made. The stems are so comfortable. And they didn't use for long. Yeah. The first great German vulcanite. That's why they are so black. Yeah, the Cheriton, it's also similar to this one.
Yeah, and I also see that. I mean, these are unfiltered pipes, of course, but you can see how sleek and elegant can pipes without filters be, because you don't need to have this 6 or 9 millimeter hole
Yeah.
there for the filter or for the condenser. But they're very elegant.
Yeah.
So it's hard to do anything with a pipe like this, of course, you know, to actually, if you want to do something different, it's very hard because you always need to ensure this 9 millimeter or 6 millimeter.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see in the past how smaller, how lighter, how made for a quicker, I know, smoke. It was not, they were not meant for dreaming and sitting in your man cave and whatever. They were light, easy to take anywhere, and very good mouthpieces, something that today they don't take too much in consideration when they make these stems. And yeah, very nice. So I'm smoking this 626 from 1948 Bossum cut plug, and I'm drinking some black tea.
Okay, and I'm drinking some Irish whiskey.
Great.
Coffee.
And you've been to Germany, to Ulm.
The Ulm. I've been to Germany, to Ulm. This is just an hour drive, I think, north of Munich. They say this is a city with the tallest church, 161.5 meters high. So very nice Gothic cathedral. And if you don't mind, Silviu, we will show some photos at this point. If you think you, okay, we will do it after the video, when I will edit the video, but let's put some photos here just for the pipers who are watching to actually get the feeling of the city. So when I visited Ulm, I had a free afternoon because we were first driving there, and then, of course, checked into the hotel and went to eat something in the city center. And of course, I checked the tobacco shops before I arrived. And I found two of them. One of them had a really good amount of tobacco, but not the selection. And you could see it from the videos and photos that, again, they have a lot of their own blends and then some other blends, a lot of aromatic blends. And as we have just spoken or spoke before the video, shops are selling what we are buying. That's it. We cannot expect from the shops to sell something that don't sell, actually.
If I can add something to our friends, that Germany is a different market than USA, let's say. They smoke 9mm filter pipes and they enjoy aromatics.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, this will put in perspective what you will say next.
Yeah, because I was looking for the tobacco that you want me to get for you, and no Samuel Gavitt. You wanted Vincent Manil, no Vincent Manil. Maybe this is exclusively sold at the Cigar World as an online shop, and but not to have Samuel Gavitt or even Gavitt Hogar, those few new blends that they put on the European market. Few ex Dunhill blends now sold under the Peterson brand, and so for the viewers, these are not now Peterson blends. The Scandinavian Tobacco Group only bought the rights and the recipes for Peterson, and they included ex Dunhill blends under this brand. But there is no more Peterson tobacco factory or whatever, because they didn't produce their own tobacco for a long time before they stopped or sold it to the Scandinavian Tobacco Group. So now,
same as Dunhill.
So referring to the Peterson means these are the Scandinavian Tobacco Group tobaccos sold under the Peterson brand. The recipes are what they are, original, but we all know that the companies producing tobacco need to, to hold the taste. They need to tweak the recipe a little bit because of the different batches of tobacco coming from different areas and so on. So just to put this in the perspective. So there is no more Peterson as a Peterson except for the pipes. And these are being sold to Laodicea Enterprises that we know.
But it's still so much tobacco produced. I mean, I've seen 100 things I could not recognize. I recognized 5 of them, let's say.
I mean, if a small shop in Ulm can have 10 plus of their own blends being tinned.
Yeah.
And instead of selling others, they are selling their own that nobody knows except the local people buying there, because this is a local shop. It's not like a chain of shops. Then you see the situation there.
Yeah, I even checked a store in the Moldova Republic, and I've seen blends. I even send you a picture with one of the names that look like CND tins. But I've seen 20 new names of tobaccos, and in Spain on Instagram, so many brands that I never heard of. So there is so much. All we have to do is buy it. So then we will not bitch about them disappearing, So there is still a lot. We need to buy this stuff, otherwise it will disappear. That's why it disappeared, actually, because nobody was buying them.
Yeah. I mean, Koolhaas and Koop is the only real, and maybe Dan Tobacco are two companies that can sell outside Germany. And I know that the Koop is selling outside Germany also to the US. But all other so-called brands that specific shops are ordering to be specially made for them are being sold only in their shops, which can be one shop or maybe few shops, whatever. But it's only for the local people who know them. Otherwise, and of course, if you buy local tobacco or local brand and blends, then you're not buying others. And we still have a lot of pipers who are not trying other blends. Often they stick to what they know, what they like, and that's it,
Yeah.
So the tobacco shops will usually sell what people buy and not what somebody who comes there one time per year or one time per decade would want to buy.
Yeah.
That's the case. The shops have to survive, have profit, and so on. Otherwise, they will close.
Yeah.
Ulm, yes. A lot of aromatic blends. A lot.
Yeah.
I was a little bit disappointed because I saw a lot of tobacco blends. But then when I saw the brands and which blends these are, I didn't buy any tobacco, neither for you or for myself. Not that I need some.
Yeah. This is another rabbit hole I was telling you about this, that I don't even want to go there. So that's why I usually buy some Samuel Gawith and some Manil or I don't know, something that is made for decades, let's say, because I don't even want to go there with all these tobaccos that I don't know. I don't want to check them out. I don't want to read about them. I did my share of reading and it's enough. So it's still a lot of tobaccos out there.
Yeah. And these are tobaccos that certain shops order and they have it in stock until they sell them, you know? So you can find things that are actually 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, standing somewhere or sitting on the shelf or back in the warehouse or wherever. They don't fall under this corporation approach that you need to sell this many these blends in this time and this quantity, otherwise they will not provide it for you or for your market and so on.
Yeah.
I mean, Germany has 80 million plus inhabitants, and if only 1% of them are pipe smokers, it's like almost a million, and it's a big market.
Yeah, I think it's 88 million population of Germany.
Of course, they invited them.
Yeah. Wow, I've seen footages from my lovely Italy, from Napoli. Oh my God, it looked like Africa. And then I've seen some footages from Paris. Full streets only with Noir people, let's say. It has changed so much, the West. It has changed so much.
Yeah.
So much. I mean, it looked not only from the color perspective, but they were selling stuff on the floor, on the streets. Oh, sorry. And the way they were acting and dressing and the way the stores look now, you know, they sell meat on the floor and wow, and the dirt, so much dirt. They need to do something quick.
Well, let's say that all countries that had colonies are now, how do we say that, they are collecting
the rewards of their
rewards of that era, especially France, Belgium, Spain, Italy.
Yeah.
But the Italy and Spain are really down in the south, meaning there is a short boat ride to their territory, and that's why they are the most the countries where most of the people come through. Also, we saw that through Greece and then through Balkans all the way to Europe. So
the thing is that they were the unwanted immigrants in these people's countries first. You know, when they
but
went
this was a long time ago. Let's say this was so after
now
the Second World War, most of the colonies became independent and so on. But if you don't have prosperity and so on, people, and if even the weather, the climate has changed, and you don't have water, or the crops are not growing, or whatever, you just don't see the future there. People are migrating to the north.
Yeah. The fruits of their labor, let's say.
Yeah, but enough about this. So I think that we told enough for one video.
Yeah.
We had a quite good time. The weather has stabilized. It's warm and it's now slowly approaching summer.
Yeah.
Did you somehow turn into the more light blends like some Virginias or something like that? Virginia
Yeah.
Perique, or you did?
I usually smoked full Virginia flake. I mostly smoke full Virginia flake.
Okay. I have prepared the pipe here. I didn't know how long we will be talking, and I have this a mixture of
Don't
the
cut.
Roper's Roundels with some Gawitt Hogarth Kentucky, and then I added a pinch of this that was left, so the Erinmore flake, and the pipe is prepared to be smoked later on.
Yeah, and I had prepared in this strange rope some full Virginia flake that I will continue smoking after the video.
So for those of you who like slick pipes, old Stanwell pipes, old Danish made pipes are the way to go. Of course,
Yeah.
they are not filtered, but
Yeah.
with that you get those pencil shanks and really elegant pipes and nice for clenching. They are very light and so on.
Yeah.
And we can find this not only in Denmark, from Denmark, of course. Other brands and companies also have that.
Yeah.
But if you really want that, you go into the older pipes where you can see this.
Yeah, you don't need to buy a Scotty Pearsall that it's €1,000 for a pencil shank pipe. You go and buy a old Stanwell with €40 or 50. I pay 20 for each, but
Yeah,
on
but
eBay I guess they are 50.
market doesn't work for pipes where you are. It's totally different than from the rest
Yeah.
of Europe. We are paying
Yeah, but
€300 for what you just paid 20 euros. You know? So you are lucky.
yeah, I'm lucky. But these Stanwells are still not very expensive.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So as you can see, we are both well, live and kicking, having fun.
I'm kicking myself, but that's another. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope you all have a great weekend, spending time with your family, friends. And until we meet again, I wish you all a lot of pleasant smokes.
Ciao.